Hello everyone and welcome back to Knowledge Adda. Myself Akash Jaiswal and today we are starting with a very new video series on basic concepts of physics. In this video series, I'll be capturing all the basic concepts as well as some important advanced concepts related to physics. This video series is specially made for the IGCSE curriculum. So if you are an IGCSE student and about to give IGCSE exam, this video series will try to cover each and every topic of your syllabus. So I hope you will learn a lot from it and you will support our work. So without wasting our time, let's go back and start with today's topic. Now today I'm starting with the one of the fundamental topic without which physics even cannot exist. Now you'll be wondering, what is that topic? Let me tell you, students.
As you can read, students, we are today starting with measurements. Now, measurements are the very important topic for all the sciences and not only for physics. Measurement is very fundamental for each and every research, experiment, or whatever you do in future. And also, Cambridge give a lot of importance to accurate measurement. So, let's not waste time and start with our topic, measurement. Now, before I start with this topic, I was just thinking to share a very important fun fact. You'll be amazed to know in ancient time, Egyptian carpenters used to never miss their tools or never misplace them. How is that possible? Let me tell you that they were never able to misplace their tools as their body part were their tools. They used to do a basic measurement with the help of their hand, their legs, their feet, their pace, and so on. So, measurement dates back to a long back to our human civilization. Moving further, what do they measure? Or what do we measure? Let's get going on that and understand what do we measure. We measure a very important quantity in physics that's called physical quantities. A physical quantity is any physical property that can be measured and described by a number is called physical quantity. Let me give you a few examples. Your mass can be measured, like for example, my mass could be 65 kg. The length of the table could be 3 meters, area of the hall can be 100 meters square, or temperature of the room can be 25 degrees Celsius. But can you measure your thoughts and give me numbers? Can you measure your feelings and give me numbers? No. So those are not the physical properties. So please do understand. Physical properties or physical quantities are any quantity which can be measured and described in numbers. Now when we talk about these physical quantities and we want to describe them, we can divide these quantities into two basic types. Type 1 is fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities are those quantities which do not depend on any other quantity for their measurement. Giving you a very simple example, if I have to measure the length of my hand, I will just need a ruler and I just have to take the length of it. I do not need anything else. I'll be thinking for measurement, what do we need and why do we need anything else? Let me give you another example, or you can say the second type. The second type is called derived quantities. To get the derived quantities, you require at least two or more quantities combined, or you can say derived. For example, if you have to find out the area of this phone, it's a rectangle. That means you require a length as well as breadth of this to find out the area. And so forth go for volume, speed, force. You cannot measure them directly. Rather, you do a simple measurement and then you do a calculation to derive them. That's the reason they are called derived quantities, and examples are right in front of you. Moving further, whenever we learn about any quantities, the next very important thing for any quantity to be measured is unit. For example, if you ask me what is your weight or what is your height, I can give you a number followed by a unit. Let's understand what are these units to measure. Now, these units are defined as the standards used for a measurement of a physical quantity. Like, for example, I cannot measure the amount of water in this bottle in centimeters, right? Or can you go and buy vegetables in liters? Obviously, no. That's the reason you have certain units. Let's talk about these units. For example, For length, you have meter, foot, inch, so on. For mass, you have kilogram, pounds. For time, you have second, minutes, and hours. Similarly, for temperature, you have Fahrenheit, Kelvin, degree Celsius, and so on. Now, when we talk about these units, as you can see, for length, there are different units. For mass, there are different units. Why don't we have only one unit? Let's understand that. And why do we need units? So when we talk about characteristics of unit or the need of unit, there are few factors which you have to remember. These units help us to well define what are we talking about. For example, if I ask you to get 1 kg of mango and you go and somebody else have a different definition of 1 kg, they might give you more apples or more mangoes or less apples or less mangoes. Therefore, this unit system helps to have a well-defined quantity for each and every unit. Similarly, they have a suitable size. That means there are suitable units for suitable size. For example, if I have to measure my length or my height, I might say I'm 5.8 feet. Why don't I measure my height in millimeters? Because it will be very difficult to measure the height in millimeters. So you have different sizes of the unit which you can use as per your need. Also, these units are reproducible. That means each and every unit which you have can be available to you. Like for example, you can measure 1 centimeter with the help of a scale. It is easily reproducible and it do not vary easily because there is a standard to it. Also, it is indestructible. Why? Because it's a concept. You might break one scale, but you can't break all the scale. And even if you do that, there is a standard for that by which you can create multiple scales. Also, these are internationally accepted. What does that mean? For example, I want to buy some chemicals or medicines from some other country or vegetables. If I ask them to give in XYZ unit, they might not understand. Therefore, there are certain units which is used in international trade so that they can also understand what is the exact quantity we are looking for. Moving further, then what are the types of unit? There are two basic types of unit. The very first is called local unit system. Now, local unit systems are there from the ancient time. Every small geographical area had their own unit system, but they had a limitation. Reason, when the global trade happened, these units are confined to a small geographical area. Like for example, if you go to a vegetable vendor and ask for 1 pound of rice, you'll be like, what? You have to tell him, I need 1 kg of rice. That means there is a need for a standard unit. And that came with the international system of units, or you can say SI unit. These are the few examples of local unit system and international unit system. International unit system is used for the trading throughout the nations, and local unit system can vary places to places. So I'm going to give you one important homework which I want you guys to do and comment the answers in the comment box. So find one more local unit system. It could be related to any country. I want to see who gets it right, so I'll be responding to your comments.